In history, leaders sometimes emerge from the most unexpected places, ordinary people called to do extraordinary things in moments of crisis. This is the story of Ukraine, a nation at the crossroads of Europe, and the man who became its voice during its darkest hour. Ukraine's journey toward democracy has been marked by revolution, resilience, and the struggle for identity. The world watched as Ukraine elected a leader unlike any before, Volodymyr Zelensky. Once a comedian and actor, Zelensky's rise seemed almost scripted, a political outsider stepping into a world of seasoned insiders. His election was a clear signal Ukrainians were tired of corruption and old politics, and saw in him a chance for real change. Zelensky promised to serve the people, not the elites, and to steer Ukraine toward a European future. No one could have predicted that he would soon be tested by war, transforming from a peacetime reformer into a wartime commander and global symbol of courage. This is the story of that transformation, how a man of entertainment became a figure of history, inspiring millions with his resolve. Volodymyr Zelensky was born in 1978 in Kryvyi Rih, then part of the Soviet Union. Raised in a Jewish family of intellectuals, his father a professor, his mother an engineer, he grew up with discipline and curiosity. Russian was his first language, but he later learned Ukrainian, mirroring his country's evolving identity. As a child, Zelensky was energetic and witty, drawn to performance and humor. He studied law at his father's urging, but his heart belonged to the stage. After a brief legal internship, he chose comedy over the courtroom. During university, he joined the KVN comedy competition, where his charisma and creativity flourished. There he discovered his true calling, connecting with audiences and telling stories. This decision set him on a path that would eventually lead, unexpectedly, to the presidency. Zelensky's early life was a blend of intellect, humor, and a search for purpose, qualities that would define his leadership. Zelensky's entertainment career began with KVN, where he and friends formed Kvartal 95, named after their Kryvyi Rih neighborhood. As captain and creative force, Zelensky led the team to success, gaining recognition for sharp, topical humor. In 2003, they founded Kvartal 95 Studio, transforming from performers into media entrepreneurs. Their flagship show, Evening Quarter, became a national sensation for its biting political satire. Zelensky was more than a star. He was a trusted commentator, unafraid to mock the powerful and voice public frustrations. Kvartal 95 grew into a media powerhouse, making Zelensky a millionaire and household name. His work extended beyond comedy, including films and even a win on Ukraine's Dancing with the Stars. Through humor and critique, he built a unique bond with the Ukrainian people. This platform of relatability and subtle rebellion would prove invaluable for his next act. Zelensky's comedic journey laid the groundwork for his unexpected leap into politics. In 2015, Kvartal 95 launched Servant of the People, a TV series that would change Zelensky's life and Ukraine's history. Zelensky played Vasyl Holoborodko, a humble teacher who becomes president after a viral anti-corruption rant. The show struck a chord, reflecting Ukrainians' longing for honest leadership. Holoborodko's modesty and integrity made him the antithesis of real-life politicians. As the show's popularity soared, the line between fiction and reality blurred. Viewers saw Zelensky as the embodiment of his character's values. The show's name became a brand for a new kind of politics. In 2018, Kvartal 95 registered the Servant of the People Party, echoing the series. Zelensky initially deflected questions about his political ambitions, but the idea had taken root. The stage was set for the actor-president to become a real one, stunning the political world. The fantasy of the show was about to become Ukraine's reality. On New Year's Eve 2018, Zelensky announced his presidential run on live TV, bypassing traditional politics. He ran a digital-first campaign, using social media to speak directly to voters and sidestepping mainstream media. His informal videos and anti-establishment message resonated with a generation tired of old politics. Zelensky promised to end corruption and return power to the people, focusing on justice and unity over detailed policy. His campaign was more a movement than a platform, built on authenticity and hope. In 2019, he won a landslide victory, defeating the incumbent with over 73% of the vote. His supporters were young, diverse, and disillusioned with the status quo. Ukraine had placed its faith in a political outsider, hoping for real change. Zelensky's victory was a political earthquake, signaling a new era for Ukraine. The comedian had become the president, entrusted with the nation's future. Zelensky's early presidency focused on anti-corruption and digital reforms, but everything changed on February 24, 2022. Russia launched a full-scale invasion, and the world expected Ukraine's government to collapse. Offered safe passage out, Zelensky famously replied, "I need ammunition, not a ride." He stayed in Kiev, standing with his people as a symbol of defiance. His visible, direct communication, recording videos from the streets, reassured Ukrainians and inspired the world. "We are all here," he declared, rallying his nation to resist. Zelensky adopted the look of a soldier, further connecting with his people and troops. He worked tirelessly, meeting with commanders, speaking to world leaders and addressing the nation nightly. His leadership transformed him into the wartime commander Ukraine desperately needed. Zelensky's resolve galvanized a nation under siege. The world now saw him as a symbol of courage and resilience. Zelensky knew Ukraine's fight was global, waged in the court of public opinion as much as on the battlefield. He launched a relentless campaign of digital diplomacy, addressing parliaments and organizations worldwide. His speeches invoked each nation's history, urging them to support Ukraine's struggle for freedom. Zelensky's direct emotional appeals made the war personal for millions, transforming abstract conflict into a human story. He challenged world leaders, demanded stronger sanctions, and called for more aid. His efforts built a broad international coalition, securing billions in support and unprecedented sanctions against Russia. Zelensky became a global icon named Times Person of the Year in 2022. He showed that a determined voice amplified by technology could mobilize the world. Ukraine's fight became a symbol for democracy and the international order. Behind the wartime leader is a devoted family man. Zelensky's wife Olena, a screenwriter, and their 2 children have faced immense personal risks since the invasion. For safety, they were forced into hiding, separated from Zelensky during Kiev's darkest days. Olena has spoken about the challenges of war, reflecting the struggles of millions of Ukrainian families. Despite the pressures, Zelensky strives to remain relatable, connecting with citizens as a fellow Ukrainian. His informal style and empathy have fostered trust and solidarity. Zelensky's values, freedom, justice, and service are rooted in his family and his nation's spirit. The war has only deepened his commitment to building a country where citizens feel respected. His journey mirrors Ukraine's, a quest for dignity, resilience, and hope. Zelensky's presidency has faced criticism over anti-corruption efforts, wartime policies, and media freedom. The Pandora Papers raised questions about his anti-establishment image, and political struggles persisted. The war brought new challenges, managing the economy, displacement, and daily military decisions. Despite this, Zelensky has changed how the world sees Ukraine, a nation of courage, not just a post-Soviet state. He's become a symbol of defiance against authoritarianism, inspiring others to value their freedoms. The story of Zelensky and Ukraine is still being written. The war's outcome will define his legacy. Whatever the future holds, he's already secured his place in history. The comedian became a commander, the actor a symbol of freedom, the unlikely leader who rose to his nation's hour of need. His journey reminds us, history is shaped by those who step up when destiny calls.